Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to look at discounting techniques of appraisal. Uh, Discounting techniques of appraisal are those techniques that we use, and for them, they consider the time value of money. And those techniques, we have the NPV, profitability index, and the internal rate of return. Okay, so NPV, we are going to calculate it using Microsoft Excel, and we also calculate PI and IRR. So after getting your project cash flows, and by the way, I uploaded a video for these cash flows, you can visit them. Okay, this is just a continuation. So we are going to generate those we are going to generate, or we are going to compute those techniques. So I'm going to put here and the output data. Okay, here I want the tool which I'm going to use, or the technique. Okay, the techniques I'm going to see, we are going to look at NPV, profitability index, which is the same as PI, and IRR. Okay, and then here this is the result. Okay, I want here the decision rule. After coming up with NPV according to the rules, do we can we accept the project, or we reject that project? NPV, its formula, let me put it here. It is equal sign present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows. Okay, that is the formula for getting the NPV. Okay, and by the way, NPV is taken as the basic technique when we are appraising the projects, because it considers the time value of money, and it has very many advantages. So the present value of cash outflow, that is the initial outflow or the initial investment. Okay, and then the uh, present value of cash inflows. These are cash inflows. Like in these are our cash inflows. Okay, this is our cash outflow. That's why you see it is not in negatives, to show that it is an outflow. Okay, so to get the NPV, we need the discounting factor. By the way, the Excel simplifies life, so it is inbuilt also. NPV, it is inbuilt. So I want the result. I'm going to put equal sign. Any formula in Excel, it begins with an equal sign. Let me try type NPV. Okay, NPV, we need rate and then the values. Rate, that is the required rate of return. The required rate of return, it is 8%. Okay, sometimes it is called the cost of capital or the weighted cost of capital. Then let me put comma, and then I'm going to go to values. Then I'm going to highlight from 0 the cash outflow, then up to 50 year, the life of the project. Hope I'm clear. And then after, I'm going to close. Press enter. So this is the result or the value. So let me try to format my cells. Format cells. I don't want decimal places. And then symbol, I want it to USD. It's here. Okay. Now let me go to profitability index. But before that, let's first get the decision rule for NPV. So according to this formula, we can see that cash NPV equals to present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows. So when we get a positive answer, it means that cash inflows are greater than cash outflows. Okay. If we get a negative answer, it means that present value of cash outflows are greater than present value of cash inflows. There we reject the project. There is a scenario when present value of cash inflows is equal to present value of cash outflows. There, the decision rule can be indifferent. You will not get any profit, but you can invest in a project. You can be interested in other advantages apart from, or you can be having your own objectives apart from profit maximization. There are very many projects. There are very many objectives of starting up a project apart from that. But for me, if I'm not going to get profits, I can't invest in such. So for me, I'm interested in what profits only. That's me. Okay. NPV. So you have interpreted the decision rule. So we are not going to just type it. We know that we are going to accept, but our result, it is positive. It is 4.0 4.26 thousand point something, and then I'm going to use if statement. It starts with equal sign, then put if. Okay, logical test, it is here. I'm testing for this, the result. If it is greater, uh, if it is greater, if this is greater than, and if this is greater than the, if this is greater than 0, it means that it is positive. Okay, comma, then we accept. What does it imply? Values which are greater than 0, that there is 1 and above, means those are the positive values. Okay, then we accept the project. We accept the project. Okay, there is a scenario. I'm going to put another if. I'm going to open another if the logical test or the result, sorry, if let me open a bracket, if this is equal to 0, decision, it is indifferent. Here you're interested in other objectives apart from profit maximization, okay, or else you reject that project. That is, if it is less than 0, you reject. So how many ifs do we have? 1, 2, meaning I'm going to close with 2 brackets. An if statement must have an opening bracket and a closing bracket. Then I hit enter. Okay, now let's go to profitability index. Profitability, let me show you the formula. It is equal to present value of cash inflows, then divide by present value of cash outflows. Okay, and what does it imply? So if the present value of cash inflows, it is equal to 4, and then the present value of cash, I'm just assuming it is equal to 2. Okay, what does this imply? The answer will be I think it is 2. 4 divided by 2, I think it is 2. There it means that if you look at this, if you look at this, it shows something like this, meaning cash inflows are greater than cash outflows. So this is the ratio 2 to 1, meaning the cash inflows are greater than cash outflows. Okay, there's another scenario whereby 2 is the cash inflow, and the present value of cash outflow, it is 4. Okay, here it means when you try to divide, it will be a half 1 over 2, which is 0.5. It means here, if this one represents cash inflows, and then the 2 implies cash outflows, it means that cash outflows are greater than cash inflows. Here we accept the project, or else if it is less than if the cash inflows are less than cash outflows, here we reject the project. Hope everything is clear. Okay, so let's go to the decision rule, and before that, let's first calculate the profitability index. So we have seen the formula is going to be equal sign the sum, open the bracket, the sum of cash inflows. So let me start with this. These are the cash inflows. Okay, divide by cash outflow, which is the initial outlay. So where is our initial outlay? It is here. Let me press enter. So it is 2.61. Let me go to decision rule. It's going to be like this. We are going to use an if statement. If logical test, if the result is greater than 1, there we start with 2 what. Here we accept the project. I'm going to put that decision. We accept. accept the project. Okay, there's a scenario when the equal if opening bracket if the logical test or the result is equal to 0. What do we do? That is indifferent. I'm going to open quotes, then I put indifferent because there's a possibility of getting a 0 when you divide. Okay, or else you reject. So I'm going to put that decision in quotes. You reject. Hope my if statement is clear. Then I'm going to count the ifs I have. 1, 2, and then let me close. An if statement must have opening bracket and then the closing bracket. Then I hit enter. Here we accept the project. Okay, now let's go to IRR. So IRR is also inbuilt in Excel. Equal sign IRR returns the internal rate of return for a series of cash flows. Okay, let me double tap on it. For our task is just to put the values, the cash outflows and the cash inflows, and then the Excel will guess for us the internal rate of return. Okay, so I'm going to highlight all to reference from here up to here, and then I close. Okay, let me press the enter button. So it is 33. Okay, then decision rule is going to be if the logical test is greater or equal to the required rate of return, which is 8%, we accept the project. Or else we reject the project. Let me close my if, then I press enter. So it is greater than 8%. Now we are done. Thank you for watching. Hope we are going to benefit. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like and comment, and you can access more videos on my YouTube channel, which is Simplified Academic Tutorials UG. Thanks.